heard this before. They're not going to want to tune in because I'm going to say the same thing over and over again, okay? There are ways to be original than just doing the same thing over and over again. You can change your shirt. You can change your background. You can do pink hair, okay? You can change your necklace. You can change anything about what you're doing, but stay consistent with your message, okay? So know that you have the confidence to do the same things over and over again. That's what's important. That's how we learn. But if we change our environment and we change the way we feel or the vibe that we're putting out, or maybe we change our environment, you are going to have more confidence in yourself that you're going to have a different outcome for your video, okay? So specifically speaking in, pre-recorded videos, change your song, right? We're not going to put the same video up 10 times with the same song. We're going to find a different song to play, okay? So have confidence in knowing that you do need to be repetitive, and that's okay, but just find ways to sprinkle originality through it, okay? So what I'm going to be sharing with you guys today, again, is an advanced level of this product. So I'm going to be showing you guys a baseline application with this, and then some kind of key words and some things that I like to do when I'm sharing it to trigger that memory in people, okay? So what you're going to want to be doing is you're going to want to be creating these memory synapses, if that's the right word, with these people in their brain. So when they buy this product and they get it in their hands, they know, okay, Kat told me to swoop, okay? Right? Sound effects are going to be your best tool for creating a memory in someone's brain, okay? Funny story, when I was first starting, I saw this girl. A lot of you guys know that I've worked a lot with a company called Launch. I've done hair tutorials. A lot of people found me through Launch. So grateful for their company and their products and all that they've done to help share my videos. But I saw this lady, and she would always do this. First of all, she would do a spiel. And I thought, oh my gosh, she says the same thing over and over again. It's kind of weird. But I realized that I knew her spiel. I was like, when she comes on, I'm like saying it with my mouth, like I'm repeating it like she's a commercial. But if that video was not on, I would be singing that commercial or what she was saying in the background of my head. I know what her name is. I know what she's doing. I know what product she sells. I know where I can get it. I know how to find it because she says the same thing over and over and over again. And so what my hope for you guys is that you can learn a shtick, you can learn a spiel, okay? So what I like to say is I always like to say my name, and I want everybody to know your guys' names. You guys are beautiful creatures. You are so important. You are so unique. You guys have your own individuality, and I want people to hear your name. I want them to remember your name. I want them to know your name, okay? So that comes with confidence. Every time you get on and you share this makeup, I want you to say your name, okay? So whether or not this is a live video, whatever, if you are voice-overing something, I want you to say your name. So my little spiel that I always do is, hey everybody, my name is Kat Fairchild. You don't have to have, 1,000 people watching you to do this, okay? You want anybody to know your name. It doesn't matter if it's one person watching, it's 50 people watching, whatever. I want you guys to say your name. The other thing that I want you guys to do is I want you guys to tell people what you're doing. What I have learned, I had somebody mentor me about a year in to using this product, and I was not a good seller. I was just like, whatever, this stuff is so cool. I was used to, so before I did mascara at the time, I was on a platform called Periscope. That's how I met Amanda Ernest. That's how I met a lot of these beautiful ladies through Saint. This was like in 2016. And I would just go to the drugstore and I would use whatever. Just put my makeup on. Not a lot of people were watching me. It was fine. And so whatever. I got it all the time because I loved it. I thought it was so fun. So, but what happened was that I got started with mascara and my sales were not that great. I remember Amanda Ernest always tells this story because I was able to reach Artist 7, which is influencer at the time, And I had to have $900 in sales per month, which seems like a lot, right? I remember thinking 300 was a lot. I was like, how am I supposed to do this? This is insane. Like, this is absolutely crazy. It was so much pressure. And $900. And I remember thinking, like, what am I doing wrong? So I sought advice from somebody. I asked somebody to watch my video. And they gave me some really great advice. And they said, you know, I love your video. It's great. But I'm a little confused. Like, I don't actually know that you sell this product. And I think that we're always taught to share versus sell. Okay? I think that's important to know, that we're not going to be like weird sales ladies. But I also think that you are absolutely doing yourself a disservice if you are not telling people that they can grab this through you. Okay? You don't have to be weird. You don't have to be the creepy sales lady with it. Okay? But you need to give people the knowledge to know that they can grab this from you. Okay? Like, if you guys want information on where you can grab this, just send me a little message. That's all you have to say. Okay? And the most important thing with that is that you want to do this within the first 30 seconds of your video. Okay? So, I know I'm kind of getting off on a side tangent, but I just this is so important. So, like I said, I do my spiel. Hey, you guys, my name is Kat Fairchild. I tell them what I'm doing so they know what to expect. You are going to capture those people within the first 10 to 20 seconds of your video, okay? 10 to 20 seconds. What they're going to do, okay, you guys think of the reality of people. They don't have time to watch a 45-minute video on a replay. They're going to watch the first 20 seconds, and that's going to determine whether or not they go to the end. If they don't have any idea what you're doing, they're not going to go to the end. If you tell them, like, I'm going to do this, like, fierce eyeshadow look at the end, stick around to the end, okay? They're going to, like, scrub through that video, and they're going to go to the end to see what you did, okay? But you're going to plug yourself. So you're going to say, hey, my name's Kat Fairchild. I am going to be showing you guys this simple makeup look, and then at the end, I'm going to be using this color that I just got. I haven't tried it yet. I'm so excited to try it. Stick around to the end, okay, or come back. If your kid goes poop and you need to wipe their butt, come back, okay? I will be here, I'm sure. Come back and see me finish this off, okay? So you're going to circle them back around. And what's going to happen on a replay is they're gonna see that, they're going to hear that within the first 10 seconds, okay? And then they're going to scrub to the middle. And I like to plug myself a few times. They're going to scrub to the middle, and then they're going to scrub to the end. So hopefully within the times that they scrub the video, they're going to hear you say, if you want to grab this product, or if you see anything you like, or you want to know what colors I'm using, it's okay to be a little mysterious, okay? Don't give all your cookies away, okay? A lot of times people will write in the comments, what color is this, what color is this? So I have a lot of my artists that watch me that I totally appreciate and love, because they know what color I use. They're like, oh, she's using all. And they're answering in the thing, and I totally appreciate that. But for those of you that, you know, people aren't answering those questions, it's okay, because you're going to go back and you're going to answer them. So even if you see that, if they say, what color is this? Just say, hey, I'm going to send you a message. So you are putting the power in your court for now putting the ball in their court, okay? Because you're going to send them a message and you're going to say, hey, thank you so much for watching my video. I am going to tell you what I was using. Here's the link. You can grab it. Do you just want to grab this color, or do you want me to do a quick little color match on you? We can see what colors you need, okay? I am just like zoned into this phone. All right. So, having said all that, I just think it is so, I just feel like I have you guys here. I cannot let you not know those things. But once I started doing that, once I started saying my name, also what I would tell people to do, and you guys, please steal this, please use this. I don't care if I use it. I want you guys to copy me. I would tell people to tap my nose. I would say, tap my nose. And then they would start going, what do you mean, tap your nose? What does that even mean? So it starts asking questions. What happens when they tap the nose, when they're on a video, is the description box of the video pops up. Okay? So I say, tap my nose if you guys want more information. So they start tapping the screen, and all of the stuff that I have prepped starts popping up. If you guys need a link, tap my nose, you'll get the link, okay? Or you just have them type little quick things in there so you can give them the information later, okay? So you can have them, type a 1 if you want to know what color this blush is. I'll tell you when we're done. I don't have time right now, okay? You want your time to be precious. I will get to you when I can, but come on over to my DMs, okay? So once I started doing those things, I'm not kidding you guys, this is insane. But once I started doing those things, I was struggling to hit $900 in sales. I remember once I really started to say what I wanted to say and tell people what I wanted them to do, people are going to do what they want you to do. They are going to do what you want them to do. You just have to tell them what you want them to do, okay? It can't be a mystery. They don't know. How many times do you tell somebody, hey, let me know if you have, questions, or send me this, or send me that, or voting. My daughter's, running for prom queen. Click on this link and please vote for her, okay? You're going to click on that link and you're going to go vote for her because she told you to. You're not going to know that she's running for prom queen. You need to be precise with your words, okay? So just always remember that, is you need to be very, very, very precise with your words. Okay, so let's see. So after I started doing that, I went from like hardly being able to hit 900, I think, to like the next 3 months, I was hitting like $20,000 to $25,000 a month in sales. Wow. It was crazy because I now learned how to share. I was always asking people to share my video. I was sharing it on my business page. I would always share it to my regular Facebook page because that's where all of my friends were. Nobody was on my business page. But I was like, it's like, hi, I'm on my business page. Okay, then I'm running over here. Like, hi, go to my business page. Okay? So then I go to my group. And then I'm like, hi, go to my group. And then I run over to Instagram. Hi, go here. Okay? Or I would give them like a little taste of what I was doing on my business page. The days that I would go live, I was the most annoying person on the planet. But I wanted everybody to see the hard work that I was putting in. And so if you guys are taking the time and energy away from your families, away from your jobs, waking up early in the morning to do something, staying up late at night to prep content, do yourself a favor and make sure that people can see it, okay? Don't rely on just assuming that people are going to see it. Okay? You put that in their lap, okay? You ask them to share. You say, I would totally appreciate it if you guys would share this video. It would just make my day, okay? People are going to hear that. They're going to like you. They're going to want to share it, okay? So that's my major takeaway on just lives in general. So let's hop into the makeup portion of this. Felt inspired to share that. I'm going to get a little drink of water. Okay, so what I'm going to share with you guys again today is going to be an advanced version of the HAC. So I'm going to be doing a few different things here, but what I want you guys to realize is how we're going to, we're good on time. Okay, so how I set up my compact right here is I set it up like this. So again, this is an advanced class, okay? So I think that it's important that obviously when you're getting started, and I think it's important, you're always going to be switching up your content. You always want to have this somewhere on your desk, okay? If you're doing a video, if you're doing something in person, you want to either have a 4-stack or an 8-stack on your desk to show people that they don't need this big clunky thing, okay? This is intimidating for people. It's cool, but it's also intimidating, okay? So it's kind of like a flex, okay? So you want to flex, like, I got all this shiz, like this is pretty cool. Okay, but you also want to show them that they can achieve this look with just this little compact. So make sure you guys always keep one of those loaded with a highlight, a contour, a blush, and an illuminator, okay? Like just have it as a demo. If you don't have a demo compact, please make one. Okay, so I have obviously this here. This is what I use on a regular basis. I have what's called my bright highlight, which I like to call my pop contour, or I'm sorry, my pop highlight. So I'm kind of doing like a little bit of a hybrid of like a camo method. If you guys have seen Rachel Jacobs share her camo method, I'm kind of doing that today. So I'm going to be working with a couple different colors. I'm going to be using her colors right here that she likes to use, and I'll show you guys how to do like a nice pop, crisp contour with that. The most important thing with this makeup is I think that when people are first trying it, you want them to feel a difference, okay? So whether or not it's a little bit too much, I think that that's okay. I think it's like, let's go like a little bit overboard, okay? And then we'll reel it back in, okay? The worst thing that you can do, or the worst thing that a customer can do, is grab this makeup and not see a difference with their regular makeup, okay? Because it's totally different. So what I like to do in that method is I like starting, especially when I'm doing demos, is focusing on the contour first. One of the things that focusing on the contour first does is it hides distractions, okay? But it also shows that this makeup is more than just a highlighting and contouring product. So I think a lot of times this gets lost because people have a security blanket, and that's fine. I mean, I see a lot of artists when they get started that they still use their regular makeup and then they just use the highlight and contour, okay? That's totally fine. I think that if you just start with baby steps, okay? I did this myself. I was using like, I don't know, CoverGirl, some gross crap, True Match, L'Oreal True Match, and I just mixed it in, okay? When I got comfortable with the makeup, I realized I don't have to use this, okay? So what you're gonna wanna do, especially when you're demoing, is you're gonna wanna start with your contour first because you're gonna feel fierce, okay? When you get your contour on, you're gonna feel like you dropped 5 pounds. You're gonna feel like yourself when you look in the mirror, okay? Because getting on a video is the most freaking scary thing ever with no makeup on, right? Okay, so I want you guys to think of some distractions. So what are some distractions for you? A distraction for me would be my eyebrows, okay? So, I mean, I'm comfortable on camera with no makeup on, so I don't really care what I look like. I don't really care what I look like when I get on, but I know if I don't have my brows on, I move a little bit differently and it takes me a little bit longer. So depending on what my goal is for that video, I either start with my brows on or I do them very quickly in the beginning, because once I have them on, I know I'm done. So next step is with our contour. So I am going to demonstrate on her this beautiful contour that we're going to start with contour. So I want you guys to take note, okay? I want you to take note of the brushes that I'm going to be using, okay? So when I'm doing this detail, this next step, this pro step application, I like to use 3 different brushes, okay? So the 3 different brushes that I like to use are, and these are really for demonstrational purposes. I like to use these all the time, but I think for demonstrational purposes, this is great. I like to use the buff brush, okay, for the application. I heard from a few ladies in the other class that they're scared of this brush. Not exactly sure why, because it's amazing, but it does provide a little bit more of a full coverage, and I think especially when ladies are getting started, having more control and getting a fuller coverage look is going to give them more pop. And then, like I said, we can dial it back, okay, if it's like a little bit too much. But I like to start with this buff brush to begin with. And then I like to also recommend this detail brush. This brush is just going to be your best friend for contouring, okay? And then I also like to blend everything in here and also do blush with this bronzer and blush brush, okay? So these are the 3 brushes that I always, always, always recommend to people when they first get started with the makeup. If they're like, what brushes do I need? I say these. Okay, so what I'm going to get started with is showing you guys some contouring. So I like to take this brush, and I think the method that you hold this brush is important. I like to kind of hold it on the middle of the brush here and kind of like put your pinky out a little bit, okay? Like get a little sassy with how you hold your brush. You're going to be like teacup Barbie here, okay? So what we're going to do here, and if you guys, I learned this from Scott Barnes. Do any of you guys know who Scott Barnes is?
Yes.
You know who Scott Barnes is? So he is J-Lo's makeup artist, okay? And he's like the king of contour. So he uses a brush very similar to this, and what he does is he just applies it right to the edge of the brush, okay? So what I do here is you can see it just on the edge. I'm not going straight in. I'm getting it right here on the chiseled edge of the brush, okay? And what he likes to do, what he calls it, is like a kitten paw. So you're kind of like, meow, like kind of like, meow, just picking it up like a kitten paw, okay? So just shimmy that back and forth and get enough on your brush that you can see it, okay? So I want you guys to go a little bit overboard, a little bit bougie, okay? And then we'll pull it back. All right, so what I'm gonna do here first, I think that focusing in on her contour area, especially on yourself, demoing too, is going to be on the cheek area is going to be the best place that people are going to see a difference. Okay, so what I like to do is I like to just kind of, demonstrate and feel where her cheekbone is, and you're going to want to creep right in below that. And don't get too fancy with like face shapes, okay? You can focus on that for another video, but I think that it's really important to know that people are just going to want to learn the basics, even though this might seem advanced. We just want them to know the basics to begin with, and then we can reserve those next steps for other videos, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start pressing just right in underneath her cheekbone right here, okay? But where I start, I never want to pull it down, okay? I always want to buff it up, okay? So I'm going to press, and I'm just going to start buffing it up. And I'm using indigo on her right here. And as I'm pushing it up, I'm also kind of pressing, okay? My friend bought some makeup recently, and she couldn't figure it out. And her kids were sick, so she couldn't come over. And so I was like, just FaceTime me. Let's just see what you're doing. So she gets on the video, and I'm like, okay, I'm telling her what to do. She starts putting her contour on, and she's just like, going to town. And I'm like, wait, stop. So it was just all over her face. And I'm like, hold on. Be controlled when you're doing this step. Press and press. I am the laziest person on the planet, so I find ways to do things that I'm comfortable doing them, but in a way that I'm doing them fast. So I like to just kind of stipple this on. Another trick that you can say, and again, these are things that you're going to say 7 to 10 times. You're going to say these every time you do a video. People are going to remember. So when they get their makeup, they're going to know what to do. You're going to hold your brush right here on your face. And you're going to say, hold it by your pupil. Do not go in farther right here on your contour on your cheek, okay? Because you're going to get in the beard zone. We don't want to get in the beard zone. We want to be push-up bra. We want to cup this, okay? We don't want to have a beard. So you're going to want to say those things over and over again. So try to stay as far on the edge as you can with the face, okay? So you can already start to see that she starts having this really, really pretty shadow out here to start accentuating her gorgeous cheeks, okay? So when I'm demoing too, I like to get that part out of the way. And like I said, I like to put enough on that I can see it. I want people on the camera to see it. A lot of times I'll get off of a video and I'll walk in the kitchen. And Scott will be like, oh my gosh. And I'm like, what? And he's like, do you maybe have too much makeup on? And I'm like, yeah, maybe I do. So just know that too, when you are doing something for a demo purpose, just like stage makeup, you're in front of this ring light. You want people to see it, okay? And the method is going to be the same. Don't worry about that. The method's going to be the same, okay? When you have the natural light, when you're in your bathroom or wherever, you're going to maybe do your makeup not as crazy, but you want people to see. That's the whole point. Okay, so the next step that I do is I flip my brush around, okay? And I go in with this little side of the detail brush, and I just go nicely back and forth, and I get enough on the brush that I'm going to last a little bit here on the face. And I start with telling people to now just focus on the number 3, or the letter E, depending on what position you are on the camera, okay? So I go up here to the forehead, and I'm giving enough pressure, and I'm putting enough on that they can see it, okay? So I'm going in the number 3. So down the forehead, down to the side. And I am going over that area that I just blended. And I'm doing this for demonstrational purposes again, because I want people to remember. Okay, so then I'm going in, and then I'm going down, and then I'm going back around. Okay, so turn to the side, and you can see we're at the number 3. Okay, and it's not going to look pretty right away, but I want you to keep saying the number 3. Go in the number 3, because you're going to be giving these people the tools that they need for when they do the makeup to be self-reliant and to love it on their own, okay? So once you start doing that with the number 3, then I just kind of come back here, and again, I just start stippling. Sorry if I'm pressing too hard on your face. And then I just start blending it nicely in here, down here too. So kind of a tip too, this part down on the jawline, I think that this part makes such a huge difference, especially in just kind of chiseling out your jaw. And so, but some of us have, like a lighter neck, right? Maybe some of us have a lighter face. There is some products, I was going to mention this earlier. One of the things that I love about Saint, and this is so unique, you guys will not find this with any other direct sales network marketing company, you will not, is that Kara is very passionate about the beauty industry, okay? She's very passionate about the beauty industry, and she realizes that what it means to be passionate about the beauty industry is that there's so many amazing products out there, okay? Our product is amazing. Sephora has a lot of amazing products, okay? So we are not penalized for using other products, okay? So I know some friends that are in other network marketing companies, and if they use another product for an eyebrow pencil, for a lip liner, for a blush, whatever, they will get a compliance email. Can you guys imagine that? That is where this like sales stuff gets a little bit weird, because all you're doing is just recommending a product that you're making money off of. So I think that it is very important for your audience to know that you not only love Saint, but you love NYX, right? And what you're gonna do is you're gonna tell them, next time you guys are at Target, because what mom doesn't walk into Target like on a weekly basis, okay? What mom does not walk into Target at least once a month, okay? Every time that you're talking to your audience, you're gonna tell them, I love the NYX micro pencil. I love the micro pencil, it's great, it's $5.99. Next time you're at Target, go grab one, okay? And that's gonna be an accessible product for her. She's gonna walk into Target, she's gonna see that NYX sign, and she's gonna think of Jackie. She's gonna say, she told me to go grab the NYX micro pencil. I know she uses ash brown. Let's see, what color should I get? Okay. And she's gonna grab it. But that's gonna spark something in her to know that when she gets home and she tries that product, that she likes it. And so the next time that she hears you share about anything, about a frozen pizza, about a drink, about makeup, that you're a credible source for her. And since that was so accessible for her, she doesn't have to go online and give you a credit card. She doesn't have to go online and get a color match. She doesn't have to do all those things. You are instilling trust in yourself in the easiest way possible, okay? Easiest way possible. So you know that she's going to come back and she's going to know that you're going to recommend an amazing product for her and she can trust you, okay? So feel free to know. Okay, I like to stick to the core of what I know that I love, and that's 3D foundation, obviously, and my blushes and my eyeshadows and all those things, but I mix it up, okay? I'm not scared. I'm not scarcity mindset of like, oh my gosh, if I'm using this and they're going to go buy that and they're not going to buy this, okay? Have an abundance mindset to know that you need to be somebody that people trust. Okay, so let me just move really quickly into this side here. So again, thank you, I just press just right here on the outer edge. I'm doing this quicker so you guys can see. Let me turn your face a little bit this way, just to see that. So, and I kind of move like a push-up bra. So you kind of want to cup your cheekbones and lift it up like a push-up bra, okay? This color looks so good on you. So I'm just pressing it like this, okay? So this is like a faster way of doing it. And then I'm going to take this brush again, and I'm going to pick up some more. And then I'm going to start right here, and I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to go in the number 3, and I'm going to number 3 it, okay? Number 3, just very quickly. Okay, so then I'm going to take my brush, I'm going to turn it around. I always like to demonstrate to people too. If this is something, maybe you guys have heard me say this a few times, I could teach this class for 2 hours. Oh my gosh.
We'd stay.
Okay, that's fine. Let's see, where was I going with this? Oh, if you're using this brush, I think that it is so important to show people that obviously the brushes are double-ended, but I heard this from Kara, and I don't know if this is true, but I say it all the time. Every time I do a video, I kind of say this. And I kind of say it when I'm going for my next product, because I want people, and I always hold my compact, okay? So I always have this in my hand, and I always have my brush in my hand, so people can see it. And I always say, did you guys know, and I tell people, I'm like, I coach them through this. I'm like, okay, close your eyes and think of the last time you did your makeup. Did you grab a million things in your bag? Did you spend like an hour trying to find like your brush or your blush? Like how long do you actually think that you went to grab another item? Okay, so I have them think about that. And then I have them think, next time you do your makeup, think about that, okay? So what I heard Kara say is that 70% of the time that people do their makeup, 70% of the time that they do their makeup, it is spent looking for their next product. Do you guys believe that?
Yeah,
Yes.
totally.
And I find myself doing it because, as you can see, I just have like random crap in here, like, whatever. And I don't even have that much stuff in here. And half the time I'm like, woo, like fumbling to find stuff, okay? But it is such a good thing to tell people because I'm like, how many times have you guys seen me put this down? I haven't put it down once. I have my brush. What step am I doing next? I'm twisting it around. It is such an ingeniously thought out product that we save so much time. People cannot even comprehend. It literally takes me 3 minutes to do my makeup when I'm in a hurry. 3 minutes. Like, that is insane for people to even wrap their brain around, okay? And not that I even don't look that good. I look damn good spending 3 minutes doing my face, okay? Okay, so all these little things are so important because I say them over and over again, and people know that I say them. And then when I say them, they're like, they learn to believe it, okay? And it's true. Okay, so then what I do next is I obviously just put it on with this. I did the number 3. I'm switching my brush around, okay? So then I just start doing little motions here just to start blending this product in, okay? So I kind of like to blend as I go, and I got a little bit more up here on her forehead, but that is quite okay. Okay, so I'm just shimmying this around. And this, I think is great too. Like, I think the cheetah method is such a genius way to do the makeup, obviously with all the little dots, because people can really see how great the product blends, okay? And when you don't have, I think starting with the contour is great because when you don't have like multiple things on your face, you can get much more of like a melt with the bronzer or with the contour. So I think starting in that spot is such a good place to go. Okay, so now we've got this. So we've got this all nicely blended. So she's starting to take shape and she's starting to feel herself come to life. Okay, so what we're gonna do next is we're gonna flip our brush around again. Okay, we're gonna pick up a little bit more of that indigo. And we're just gonna do like a really quick nose contour, okay? So again, you could go, the other genius thing about this product, there's so many things to demo. There's so many things to talk about. You could do an entire video on nose contouring, okay? So we're just gonna start just doing a little nose contouring, okay? We're not gonna go too in-depth into that, but we're just gonna get it on. We're gonna pique their interest, okay? So they have another question to ask. And then we're just gonna apply a little bit right here underneath her gorgeous lip here, okay? And you can see kind of where she has this natural shadow. She has this really, really pretty indentation right here that just frames her beautiful lips. So we're just gonna do a little bit right there, okay? And then we're gonna move on to our highlight. All right, so what we're gonna do next is we're gonna pick up our buff brush. I love using this brush. A lot of people know it to be a full coverage brush, but this can be a non-full coverage brush. You just have to know how to use it properly. Okay, so you say you normally dabble in like Goddess, Sandy. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, yes. All right, so I'm gonna pick up some Sandy. I'm gonna use Goddess. I start with the darker color down here and I kind of gradually move up, okay? So I'm gonna take the big side of this buff brush, and if you guys would pay attention to this again, these products again are so well thought out. This brush is the perfect size for this tin. This is not just because, okay? Kara and Randy, her sister-in-law, thought this out, and this was the size brush they wanted. This was the diameter of the tin, okay? So we're gonna take this and we're gonna sweep it, and we're gonna get enough on our brush that we're gonna see it. We're gonna make an impact, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start just right here on, right underneath her contour line. We're gonna push it and we're gonna give it enough pressure that we're gonna see a line form, okay? So So if you have some loose skin, that's fine. You're just gonna wanna hold your ear taut a little bit so you can kind of get that drag. And you're gonna do a nice little swoop, okay? I like to do these little sound effects because I think it really helps people remember, okay? Let's go swoop, okay? So they know when they get their stuff. Okay, 3, swoop, okay? They're gonna be doing these things and they're gonna know, okay, Kat wants me to swoop, okay. So we're gonna move to the other side. We're gonna do another swoop, okay? So we're gonna start here. We're gonna give enough pressure that we're gonna sweep it up, okay? And once I start doing that, you guys can already see, like this is gonna be gorgeous, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take that brush and we're just gonna start lightly sweeping it down, but we're gonna kind of stay away from the top of that area, okay? So we're gonna sweep it down like this. Oh, this is such a pretty color on you. But we're also gonna press along that contour line, okay? And if you start losing that contour line, it's okay. You can go in and add a little bit more. So then I'm just gonna start using whatever I have left over on the brush, and I'm just gonna start pressing it all around. And I'm just gonna come up here and over, okay? So pretty. And around here. So since this brush is like air quotes full coverage, we're not getting necessarily full coverage because we're kind of just using the brush to do what we want it to do, okay? So again, just like you're going to be telling people what you want them to do with your business, you're going to be controlling this brush and telling it what you want it to do, okay? You want to look like Sasha Fierce, okay? Okay, so then we're going to go, I'm going to use the same color on her up here, just right in between the eyebrows, just touching a little bit like this, okay? And then just pulling it down a little bit. And then go ahead and look up. So she does have a little bit of darkness right here underneath the eyes. So I'm just going to kind of pivot the brush just a little bit right here to just bring that warmth right up in this area, okay? But if you guys, how many of you guys watch TikTok? Okay, yeah, everybody. Okay, so on TikTok, they have celebritized this method of just doing the inner corners and this outer. I think it's really genius. I really like it. I do think it creates such a beautiful lift without dragging your eyes down. But the one thing that I think that people miss is they don't realize that you actually have to put a different color right here. It's like, do I leave this color blank? Do I blend in the light to that color? No, okay? You're gonna want to celebrate that area and have it be light and bright, but you're gonna wanna take your regular face color and bring it all the way up under your eyelid, okay? And especially for her, because she has a little bit of this darkening right here, when you have a darker color, if you take this color that's gonna match your skin tone, you're gonna cancel out that darkness, okay? And then we're gonna brighten in step 2. So go ahead and look up for me. So we're just gonna press this right here and get this all evened out to your nice, beautiful, beautiful skin tone here. And just kind of swoop it around, swoop it on that cheek area, this inner corner area, okay, and bring it all together. Okay, so now we're gonna go into step 2, which is gonna be our pop highlight. Talked a little bit about that earlier. So depending on your skin tone, I like to use linen or sunlit for my pop highlight, okay? But it's gonna be a little bit brighter, like 2 steps lighter than what you're already using. So for her, I'm trying to think of what, I think I'm gonna use sunlit for your pop highlight. So, but you guys, please be humble enough to know that when you're doing somebody's makeup, you're not always gonna make the right choice, okay? I think that's really important to say, and you're gonna tell people, like, if you don't feel comfortable or if this doesn't look right, that's okay. We're gonna take it off and we're gonna start over, because they're gonna appreciate that you're gonna take the time to get it right, okay? You don't always have to be right the first time. You're going to take your time and you're gonna do it right, okay? So I'm gonna take sunlit, and I'm just going to take the other side of my brush again, and I'm just gonna tap, tap, tap right here in the top corner of this brush. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this TikTok method here. So I'm just gonna go to her outer corner, and I actually saw this is so hilarious, but when I was probably like 12, 13 years old, I remember watching QVC, and I saw this lady, I forget what her name was, but she did Pamela Anderson's makeup, okay? And she would like put this like piece of tape right here. And she would do the, you guys remember this? She would like do the makeup to the tape, and then she would take the tape off, and it was like this crisp, like goddess snatched look. And I was like, oh my gosh, what is that? It just shook me. So this is kind of similar, okay? So you just want to go right to the corner, and if you don't know where to go with your eye, you just want, am I good?
Yeah.
I'm almost done.
You're doing great.
Okay. We're having such a great moment. Okay. So what you're going to want to do here, and this goes for winged eyeliner as well, if any of you like winged eyeliner, you want to follow the natural curvature of your eye from the bottom. Okay? So some of us have eyes that go more cat. Some of us have slanted eyes that go more down. You want to follow that natural curvature of the edge of your eye and just continue it on just up until the edge of your temple, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the natural edge of her eye, and I'm just going to start there on the end, and I'm just going to hold it tight enough, like I said, to sweep it up into the sky, okay? I went a little bit crazy angled in that one, but that's okay. Okay, you're going to look good. Okay, so then I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just getting it right on the edge of the brush. Okay, so I think that's important to note that you're going to get more control if you're right on the edge. So then over here, again, I'm going to start right on the edge, and I'm just going to, again, just kind of like another push-up bra, okay? And when you're doing a video, I think it's kind of cool to let that chill for a second, okay? Because you're gonna have people be like, what are you doing? That looks so crazy, okay? And just tell them, I know I'm going to look crazy. Just hold on. Okay, so then I'm going to take just a little bit more. You can use whatever's left over in your brush, or you can dip a little bit more on. Just get right there on the edge, and then just come in and just do a little shimmy pop, a little pop right there in the inside corner, okay? And then do another little shimmy pop, just right there, right here, okay? Super pretty. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to take this brush again. We're doing the same thing that we did on the other side down here, and we're just going to start pressing this in, okay? We're just going to press it in. So if you notice that it's a little bit too bright, depending on what you want for your look, you can obviously adjust the color down or up. But what I like to do is I like to switch my brush around to have the leftovers from my main highlight on. So I'm kind of mixing it now with this color that I have on here. So I'm just kind of pressing this on, and this brush is so soft that it really just blends in so nicely with this color and on the edge of your eye, okay? So, and I want to see the line, but I don't want to see the line, okay? So it's like you want to know it's there, but you don't want to know it's there, okay? So just be mindful of that. So just keep pressing it, okay? Keep pressing it like this. And then I like to press it like right below the line, and then where the line is, I just kind of like to sweep it down a little bit, okay? So it'll move up for me. Okay, so, and I'm not touching the middle part. So again, I'm just touching the inner corner and the outer corner, okay? Perfect. All right. So then I'm going to finish off with a few next steps. Okay, so at this point too, you can kind of take a look at your makeup and think like, what do I need? What do I feel like I can do a little bit more of? So it's okay to go back a little bit. So I'm just going to go back and just kind of press around on the edge of her contour line just a little bit more, just kind of blur that out, okay? Just like that. And then on this, you don't use bronzer, right? Do you? Yeah. You do? Okay. Have you tried the new bronzer? I don't have any, but you have them? You don't use yours?
Oh, that's all right. It would be an honor.
Oh. Okay, you guys, oh my gosh!
Heat wave.
I know she can.
There you go.
Oh my gosh, okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, all right, just fangirl. Okay, so then I'm just gonna, yes. Okay, so, we don't know what this is gonna look like, so let's figure it out. So, we're gonna go in here, and then I like to use this brush just to kind of mix everything in. So a lot of times you will hear people recommend getting started with like the sponge, the perfector sponge. I think that's really great, but I think letting them learn with a brush is even better. The perfector sponge has a lot of things that people are going to screw up, right? They're not going to know that it needs to be wet. They're not going to know that it needs to be like shockingly bone dry. They're going to get it wet on their face. It's going to drip their makeup off, okay? There's so many variables with that you're going to have a problem with. It's good to have in your arsenal if maybe they're putting too much on, they need to take some off. But I think having them learn how to blend with a brush like this is going to be a better tool in the beginning. Okay, so we're going to just dab on the corners of the temples here. Oh my gosh. Okay, so then we're just going to kind of sweep up. Oh my gosh. Okay. Wow. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Which one is that? Which bronze?
Heat wave. So what I like to do is I just like to start kind of like where I went around the edge, and then I just kind of like to flick this brush up, like to pull it down onto the neckline as well, and then just flick it up right here. This is so pretty. Pulling it down like this.
Never wash your face again.
Okay.
Take a lot of it.
All right. So then we're gonna get this on. Okay. And I just like to use this just to mix and blend everything in. Okay. So then the next step that I like to do is just add a little bit of blush, and then I'm gonna finish it off with a little bit of a snatch. What blush do you normally go to?
I like makeup.
Yeah. Sandstone. Okay. All right, so we're going to pop a little bit of sandstone on her blush area. Okay, just kind of like right above the contour line, right along the apples of the cheeks, okay? And obviously I'm not getting like full done with this look because we would do lips and eyes and everything and get just a little more glammed up, but we're going to get her cheeks on here. Okay, then just turn this around, get it a little bit more, okay? So kind of evaluate where you're at, okay, and just see what you need to do. So look up a little bit, get a little bit more to blend over here. Okay, so here is my next step that I love. Okay, so I love to finish off my look, and especially for a video, I love to do this because I think it makes a huge impact, okay? So I'm going to take like, you can use your pop highlight. I use my pop highlight, but depending on what you like to do, whatever, how snatched you want to look, okay? You can use whatever color you want. I'll go ahead and use, again, that color Sunlit. So I'm going to take, again, that small side of the buff brush, and people go crazy for this step. People go absolutely crazy, okay? So I do, again, the swoop, okay? But I'm finishing off with the pop highlight. This is a brighter color than I've used for the entire face. It's a brighter color. So I start right below the contour line, and I just do this, like this pencil fine line, and I just swoop it like that, okay? People get so mesmerized by this, okay? Because when they look at it, turns aside, they don't know if it's powder, they don't know if it's cream, they don't know if it's eyeshadow, they have no idea what the heck they're doing, okay? They just think that it looks incredibly cool and crazy, okay? So then I go to the other side, and I do a little pop highlight, okay? Just right there. And then I take my brush again, and then I just kind of start feathering it down on the side, but I'm respecting the line, okay? I'm respecting the line, and I'm just kind of pressing right below the line, but also kind of on top of the line. So depending on what you're comfortable with as far as, like, do you guys know who Melanie Astle is? Mm-hmm. Her face is like a porcelain doll. It is crazy, but she has this like contour line that is just like, you can't explain it. You don't know if it's of this earth or if it's on another planet. It is absolutely beautiful. But she has that defined contour line. She's comfortable with that. So if that's something that you're comfortable with, pop it out, okay? Okay, so then I just kind of start feathering this out. And then what you get is just this beautiful definition of your features right here, and it is just something so. And then if you feel like you go a little bit too crazy, just kind of feather your bronzer brush right on top of it to get a little bit more, and we're done.
Thank you.
So I'll do, we'll come back. I'm gonna get my phone.